Hello, Taurus, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? As always, I've gone ahead and pulled the overall energy for the reading and clarified that with a different tarot deck. I have the tarot deck that we'll be diving into already shuffled, as well as the decks that I'll be using in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. This reading is for time stamped for June 2023. However, if you're seeing this at a different time, the messages could still be for you if you felt, guided or pulled to this reading. All right, Taurus, in your recent past, you have leave the past behind with the Five of Pentacles. I see your recent past has been a lot of loss or lack. Feeling as if you have lost what was meant for you, or if you don't have what it is that you need. Now, this to me is a product of some level of your belief system. And we'll talk about what I mean by that in a second, because I feel like, every loss happens for a reason. Every loss is the opportunity for a gain. And if we are able to learn what we need to learn from that loss, we are then able to gain back whatever it is that we lost, like tenfold, because usually the loss actually opens up space for us to gain what is truly meant for us. I mean, whatever is meant for us does not ever pass us. But I feel like you're having a hard time seeing what needs to be seen in regard to this loss or this lack that you're experiencing, because in your current energy, you have revealed what needs to be seen with the Five of Wands. Now, this was that resistance, that belief system resistance that I was talking about. And I talk about this on my channel all the time. You'll probably hear it if you watch a lot of my readings, is that 95% of our movements, choices, and decisions comes from our subconscious. Only 5% of the way that we interact with our reality is conscious. Therefore, when we are, making decisions to take certain paths or to choose certain individuals for relationships, 95% of those decisions are going to be driven by our beliefs that we aren't really even consciously aware of. And so, that belief system being a product of what you've experienced. If you've experienced loss and lack and limitations, of course you're going to believe in alignment with that. You're going to believe what you've experienced. But that is where the responsibility comes in, because what has happened to you and the trauma that you've experienced, it's not your fault, right? It's not your fault that these things have happened to you. It is, however, your responsibility to get to the core of why they had to happen, or what the point of them was, or what they're trying to teach you, so that you don't have to repeat cycles. Because I feel like this loss or lack cycle this loss or lack that you've experienced has been a cycle. And I feel like there's something about it that is trying to be brought to the surface, that is trying to reveal your resistance. So for instance, when we are wanting a relationship that is the perfect, we're wanting to be in a relationship with the perfect person for us, or wanting to have a career path that is the perfect path for us. Oftentimes we fear that either doesn't exist, or we're not, capable of it, or that there's not, we're not deserving of it, or whatever the case is. So we often choose to settle for things that don't necessarily deserve us, because we fear that there's nothing better out there for us. And that is the resistance to our abundance. And there's something about this loss or this lack that is bringing to the surface some form of resistance that has kept you from what it is that you are ultimately wanting. And I feel like that will be revealed. Now, in your immediate future, you have make time for self-love with the Page of Wands. There's something about your inner child. Something about your inner child is needing to come to light that has been affecting your movements, choices, and decisions. And so your immediate future, it feels like it's either that comes to light, or it comes to light in your current energy, and then you're needing to kind of work through it in your immediate future. Either way, I feel like this is helping you work through a lot of the reasons as to why you haven't been able to receive whatever it is that you're ultimately wanting. If you're not living the life of your dreams, it's because a part of you doesn't believe it is possible, or that you're deserving, or that you're capable, or whatever the case is. So let's start, Taurus, by looking at your recent past, clarifying, leave the past behind with the Five of Pentacles. This is for Taurus's recent past. What does Taurus need to know about their recent past, please? Recent past for Taurus. Start with the Queen of Cups. And then there's the Five of Swords. Okay. This is interesting, because it feels like it's like the star is a form of healing. It's like healing this Five of Swords, because this Five of Swords is this kind of you against the world mentality, this belief that the universe doesn't have your back, that you're gonna end up failing or at a loss, or you're never going to be happy, or whatever it is that's associated with this. This was really brought to the surface through this Five of Pentacles. And this star here is what is necessary to get you to where you're trying to go. Because I feel like this reading has a slow start, but I feel like the reason is it feels like we're laying a foundation for something like that's really deep within you, that's being heavily brought to the surface through this situation. It says recent past for Taurus, please. So what else does Taurus need to know about their recent past? So this Five of Swords is kind of, it's like the issue. So what was this, how is this Five of Swords playing a role? The Three of Wands in reverse with the Five of Cups and then the High Priestess. Okay. And then there's that cycle, because then you have the World, the Six of Pentacles in reverse, the High Priestess in reverse. Okay, this is saying exactly, I don't know why it's taking such a long time for it to get here. It feels like there's something about it that I'm missing, because the reason that you have been experiencing loss or lack is because you've been investing in a level of your comfort zone. And your comfort zone, honestly, Taurus, kind of feels like lack and loss. It feels like you're so used to not receiving what it is that you deserve that subconsciously you're choosing situations that then don't provide you with what you deserve, because thinking of actually receiving the abundance that you deserve and like being able to sustain that and not have to fight for it, like whether that be love or finances, that's so outside of your comfort zone, and it's so hard for you to picture because you've never experienced it before. And that goes to that belief system that I was talking about. Is it's almost like because of what you've experienced, your movements, choices, and decisions have aligned with those beliefs. And those beliefs being that, because this is lack of reciprocation. And then you had that Five of Pentacles and you have this Five of Cups. It's like disappointment, lack of reciprocation, loss, lack, like all of that has been so ingrained in you that it's been hard for you to break out of that energy, because it's like almost been like the theme of your experience, maybe for your whole life or maybe just in your recent past. So this disappointment, it's like you're stuck in a cycle of disappointment where it's like you're disappointed, but at the same time, you're investing below your worth, or you're not taking the steps out of your comfort zone to invest in what it is that you do deserve. Reset past for Taurus, which we've all been there. That's the whole thing, right? Is learning to invest in what truly serves you. Okay, reset past for Taurus. I just feel like there's something I'm missing. The Judgment. This is what needs to be seen, because you have the Judgment and then the Nine of Swords. This Judgment is this like reveal what needs to be seen. The Judgment is seeing the truth of a situation, seeing through the circumstances, through the illusion to what the truth is. Like looking at a situation without judgment, without bias. And then you have this Nine of Swords here, which means it's like your fear, doubt, and insecurity is heavily playing a role in how things haven't come to fruition for you. Now, I will say it's one of the hardest parts of healing, is learning that you not only have to heal from how this world treats you, like how other people treat you or certain circumstances that you're put in, but you also have to look at the role you play in your own suffering. And that's hard. It's hard to do. And I feel like that's a lot of what this reading is talking about. Yeah, because it's almost like you're not seeing why things are happening the way they are. I feel like you just feel so out of control Like you feel like everything is so out of your control, and maybe you've felt like the victim in a lot of different situations, and you've had, a really unfair hand dealt to you. Like I'm not trying to downplay that whatsoever. But before we come to this earth, right? And this is a part of my belief system that I've learned through just my own spiritual practice. So I'm not trying to force this on anyone, but we know the kind of challenges that we're going to face because our soul is set up for certain lessons that we need to learn to evolve on our time on earth. And so our soul knows the kind of lessons that we are going to be facing. And through those lessons, we learn whatever we need to learn to level up, if you will. And so what I'm trying to get at is that everything that has happened to you has happened for a reason. Every loss that you've encountered, every trauma that you've experienced, every pain that you have suffered, everything that has happened for a reason. And it is up to you to figure out what that reason is. Because everything isn't happening to you, no matter how much it feels like it. It's happening for you. It's happening for something that is a little bit bigger than what we can understand when we're in the middle of it, right? And the situation is no different. There's something here that is happening that is bringing to the surface something deeper than what you're able to see right now. That's why you have reveal what needs to be seen in your current energy. So let's switch gears. Let's look at your current energy, Taurus. Clarifying, reveal what needs to be seen with the 5 of Wands. This is for Taurus's current energy. Current energy for Taurus, please. Ace of Cups in reverse with the Sun in reverse. For some reason, you're not seeing what needs to be seen because, man, this is a tough truth. This is very just like, it's like your ego is trying to protect you from something because something's very uncomfortable. Some sort of truth is very uncomfortable, and your ego is trying to protect you from it. But the truth is the resistance. What needs to be seen as the resistance? Can I get more on this? What is that? What is Taurus's ego trying to protect them from? And your ego just doesn't like anything that's unpredictable. It's different. Which oftentimes, what's predictable is the painful cycles that we get ourselves stuck in, right? Clarifying this message, please. It's the truth behind what you've been investing in. So what is it? I want more on this. What is this? What is it? You're chasing something. There it is. The Knight of Swords in reverse with the Magician in reverse. You're chasing something. You're chasing a specific outcome because there's the 8 of Swords. There's something specific that you want. And, okay, I kind of understand what's happening here. When the universe always has our back, the universe is always conspiring for us, not against us. However, when we set our sights on a specific outcome and we believe that it's either this happens or we're never going to be happy, and who knows, anything around us can affirm that belief. Other tarot readers, your ego, everything around you that you want to affirm that belief can affirm that belief. And if it says you're not going to be happy unless things go this way, right? What you're doing is you're pigeonholing yourself into one specific path. and you're saying, this is the only way that things are going to work out for me. This is the only way that I'm ever going to be happy. This is the only way I'm ever going to achieve success. And the universe is saying, well, actually, there's other options for you. And these other options can get you there quicker, or they can get you there and, get you further than this one path can take you. But you're so stuck on one specific way of doing things, an order of doing things, or something, that you're missing the point of what you should be doing. And I get it. I feel like this is coming off as really harsh, but I'm trying to, there's no judgment here, and I absolutely understand what kind of energy this is, but it almost feels like what you're doing is you're creating like almost like this emotional turmoil for yourself when things don't work out the way that you expect, even though they're actually still working out for you. Things are still working out for you. You just don't see how. You're not able to see that end goal. And so to you, it feels like everything, because you're stuck on, if things don't go this way, it's like that all or nothing thinking. If things don't go this way, they're not going to work out. And trust me, I like absolute master at all or nothing thinking. So again, no judgment, but it's like that belief within itself, this Eight of Swords, that is what keeps you resisting your abundance, because you're investing in one specific way of doing things, or one specific path, or one specific end goal that the universe hasn't been able to help you move forward in the way that you're wanting to, because you're chasing something specific. And you're chasing something specific because you don't believe that the universe has your back. That's this Five of Swords. Because this Five of Swords feels so important in this reading. But your ego wants the control, right? So it wants to think that it knows exactly how things are going to pan out and exactly what that outcome is going to be, because then at that point it can feel predictable. The unknown is scary. And although it could be what's best for you, because it's going to be what makes you happiest, to you it just feels scary and devastating and like a loss. Current energy for Taurus. This is current energy for Taurus, please. There's that star. See, I was wondering why this star came out back here, because it does feel like it's more in this current energy, because there's a deeper healing, whether or not you realize it, that is taking place in this time period of your life. And unfortunately, we have to feel to heal. So if you're in an energy of feeling very emotional or overwhelmed or scared or lonely or whatever the case is, you're feeling those feelings that you're needing to feel in order to heal yourself from this situation. Because, yeah, there's the Knight of Wands in reverse. It's like this level of self-sabotage. And I don't know if you recognize that you're doing this, Taurus. Let me get clarity on this Knight of Wands in reverse for Taurus, please. Clarity on this Knight of Wands in reverse. Gosh, there's so many ways that I can relate to this reading. The Hierophant in reverse. See, yeah. It's like you don't even realize that you have been sabotaging your own abundance by focusing so much on the way you think things should go. Because they're working out for you. It feels like this wheel is turning in your favor. But you aren't receiving, because this is the second time we've seen the Six of Pentacles in reverse, you aren't receiving what you deserve because there's so much focus on things having to be a specific way. It's like things having to go your way. Instead of being like, okay, things are just going to, I'm trusting in the universe and I believe that things are going to work out no matter how they go, because I know that that's going to be what's best for my highest good. And it will be, and you'll be happier in the end. It's like, it's classic. I experience this in my life often, where it's like I get really afraid when things don't happen a certain way, but then when they turn out the way that the universe wants them to turn out, and I end up being in a better position than I would have been if things had worked out the way that I once thought they would. It's like you get to a point where you're like, wow, I'm actually so grateful that things didn't go the way that I once thought they would, that relationship that I thought I wanted didn't work out, that career that I thought I wanted didn't work out, that I was able to learn the lessons from those losses and those moments of fear and anxiety. Like, seriously, when you're able to look back and say, I'm so glad that things didn't go the way that I wanted them to because they worked out better than I ever thought was possible. Because that's the other thing, right? You only think that they need to go the way you think is possible, when there are other possibilities and other outcomes that might be far beyond your expectation or your belief of what you think is possible. And that's what the universe is. The universe is trying to get in the middle of where you're at right now and say, listen, Taurus, it doesn't have to work out the way you think it does in order for things to work out. Current energy for Taurus. Current energy for Taurus, please. Four of Pentacles in reverse. I knew this was going to come. You know, there's the Five of Wands, the same one that we're dealing with right there. You're putting so much pressure on yourself and on a specific path. And it's almost like there's this need to relax. Like, that's what I'm feeling. And I'm not trying to downplay the way you're feeling or anything like that. But there is literally this need to, like, you might be in the middle of not knowing how any solutions are going to appear. You might feel like you're running out of money or time or whatever the case is. And you might feel like there's absolutely no way that you're ever going to get to where you want to be. And those beliefs are what are limiting you. And those beliefs are what's causing you the emotional turmoil. What's causing you to react to your reality rather than respond. What's causing you to give out this energy of lack and loss, which creates more of the same. So there's this need to get to the realization that this doesn't all fall on you, Taurus. The universe is supporting you on this path. And the little tiny mistakes that you make, they're there to get you to where you're trying to go. You have to make mistakes to learn from those mistakes. I don't know. There just feels like there's this energy of like putting so much pressure on yourself and feeling like, if I don't do something right, or if this doesn't go right, or if this doesn't work out, then I'm never going to be happy, or I'm never going to have the love I deserve, or the financial abundance I deserve, or something of that nature. And it's like, well, you believe that because that's all you've experienced. But the more that you put this pressure on a specific outcome, I watched a video. I actually posted this on my Instagram today. It's a video by Gabby Bernstein, and she's talking about the best way to align with your manifestation power, your co-creation power, is to forget what you think you need. Because when you can forget what you think you need, you stop making decisions that align with how you think things should go, and you start making decisions that align with how they need to go and what's going to ultimately make you the happiest in the end. But right now, your decisions have aligned more with your resistance than they have with your actual potential. And that's the part that your ego doesn't want to see. Because it's hard to look at things from that perspective, right? It's always hard to be like, okay, I have played a role in this. Now, especially if you're struggling, like when you're struggling financially, it's hard to have faith that your financial needs are going to be met when you already feel like they're not. When you're struggling with feeling lonely or your mental health is, struggling, it's hard to believe that the universe is supporting you. It is, and I understand that. When you're in the thick of things not going your way, it is hard to believe that things are going your way. And, I see these comments all the time when I talk about like how, everything happens for you, not to you. It's like, well, how did this specific situation happen for me? And it's like, I don't know. I just know that in my own personal experience and my experience of helping others, that every single traumatic experience that has happened, from the loss of parents, the loss of spouses, like just devastation across the board, like those things have always benefited in a way that benefited their life in a way that never would have happened if those things hadn't happened. Not saying that those are a blessing and oh my gosh, I'm so grateful that this traumatic thing happened to me. No, but when you're able to see how it's supporting you and how it's benefiting you and how it's genuinely trying to help you forward, you're able to look back on it with less of that victim mentality and more with that almost peace. Hope this is making sense. Immediate future for Taurus, clarifying, make time for self-love with the Page of Wands. So let's see, because I feel let's see what Taurus can expect in their immediate future, because I feel like this inner child energy is affecting things more than you're even realizing. Immediate future for Taurus. What does Taurus need to know about their immediate future? There you are. The Four of Cups, the Devil. You need to get very real with yourself and your immediate future, Taurus, about why you're so attached to a specific outcome. Why you think that that specific outcome needs to happen in order for you to be happy. Because I feel like, oh, but there's the Six of Cups. So something from your past, it's something from your past is where this attachment stems from. Clarify, from this inner child energy. Let me clarify the Four of Cups with the Devil. This Queen of Pentacles is you, whether you're male or female. It doesn't matter. Clarifying this Four of Cups with the Devil. The triggers that you're experiencing in association with this situation are pointing to something from childhood. It's pointing to something from childhood. So what is it? And then your immediate future, it's almost like bringing this to light, giving your inner child the love that you're looking, the love and security that you're looking for through this specific outcome. Immediate future for Taurus. More. Giving your inner child the love and support that you're looking for through a specific outcome. Immediate future for Taurus. There it is. This is you finally listening to your intuition. It's almost like there's information that's revealed to you. Something's revealed to you that causes you to be a lot more clear about something. I don't know if there's action, because you have the Ace of Wands with the Queen of Wands. That could be action. Oh, yeah. Because you have the Queen of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles here. I want more on this. Honestly, what this feels like is just learning to embrace the unknown. Learning to embrace the unknown and take action toward what it is that serves you the most. Even if that means leap of faith or something. Immediate future for Taurus. This is about taking action. Because there's the Queen of Wands. What is this reading? Talking about it has been all over the place and it's been very frustrating for me. All right, can I get clarity on this Queen of Wands? It's like your intuition. Oh. Your intuition has been guiding you to take some sort of action toward or away from something. possibly both. And you haven't been because your decisions have aligned more with your resistance, that resistance stemming from your fear, which has kept you in disappointment because of this devil. So your immediate future is about releasing yourself from how you think things should go so you can listen to the divine guidance that is available to you, which will ultimately lead to what it is that you're wanting, what it is that you're looking for through how you think things should go anyway. It's like you're blocking yourself from the divine guidance that is going to lead you to what you're looking for anyway, even if it doesn't look exactly like you think it will. Like, for instance, if you're wanting a specific relationship to work out, and you're working on this and getting, receiving disappointment, and the universe is like, hey, Taurus, I have this whole other relationship over here that is so much better than anything that you can get through this. But you're so stuck on this that you're missing the divine guidance towards what's really meant for you. And so there's action that's needed to almost like course correct. That's what this feels like, course correction. That's what this is in your immediate future. This feels like course correction. It feels like getting away, like being very real with yourself about how you've been sabotaging your own abundance so that you can have the abundance that you're looking for through a particular outcome anyway, or through how you think things should go anyway. Immediate future for Taurus, please. One more. Immediate future for Taurus, please. What does Taurus need to know about their immediate future? You're focusing way too much on your circumstances. There needs to be a balance between your material and spiritual world. Like, for lack of a better term, like you're being too logical. Just need to have a little bit more faith. Because there's some action, something out of your comfort zone that you're needing to take, and you know it. You know what it is, Taurus. You know what that action is, but you're not taking it. Maybe you don't know it, but like you know it. Like your intuition has been trying to tell you about it. Okay. Interesting reading, Taurus. We are going to hop on over to the extended. I'm going to clarify these messages, dive into some more advice from Spirit, and then actually pull an advice card at the end. Thank you so much, as always, for your support of my channel. I do hope that this reading resonated with someone out there. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Taurus.